This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, I'm not sure you can call Saturday's one-run loss against the Minnesota Twins one of the worst of the season, considering the Red Sox have had a handful of just atrocious losses on the season. So I'm not sure if we put that in that category, but I do think there was some hangover from Tristan Casas learning officially on Saturday that he would be out for the rest of the season. With that, we welcome you into our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer, show host, ESPN Radio, satellite radio. I've covered amateur, college, minor league baseball, major league baseball, and radio and TV going way back to 1997, the same year that Wally the Green Monster became the official mascot of the Boston Red Sox. And no, we are not the same age. You are right where you need to be on this Saturday. You are locked on with our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. If you're with us, and we do provide reaction of every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. If you're with us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel today, our everydayers and our first-timers, we do want to hear from you. That's what we are here for. Questions, comments, or concerns, throw them out here. Also, give us a follow on the X at Lennox on baseball on our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. We're going to talk about Rogers' son delivering the big blow against Hunter Dobbins, who did not pitch poorly, but did take his first loss of the season. Lots of talk of who's going to be on first going forward for the Red Sox. They did have a handful of moves with roster moves on Saturday. We'll get into those as well. We do thank you for making the Locked On Red Sox postcast your first listen every day, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team, your Red Sox every day.
This is what you'll be talking about.
I do think there was sort of a hangover. Tristan Casas goes down with the injury on Friday night. Red Sox do win the game, but Casas officially and likely out for the year. This is a serious injury. It's his left knee, patella tendon rupture. Surgery will be coming, not on the docket just yet. But Casas missed a whole bunch of time in 2024, is likely going to miss the rest of May and the rest of the regular season for the Red Sox. So Romy Gonzalez gets to start at first base. Abraham Toro brought up from the minors, and Hunter Dobbins also brought up, starting for Walker Buehler. And Alex Cora, glass half full, and you think positive right now, doesn't think the stint on the IL for Buehler is going to be long. But the first move right now is Abraham Toro coming up from the minor leagues. Casas on the injured list. Brendan Bernardino activated. Luis Guerrero going to the minors. I shake my head a little bit at that one because Guerrero, I think, is deserving of opportunities in the Red Sox bullpen. I'm sure he'll be up at some point, maybe in the next couple of weeks, maybe in June. We'll wait and see. But the Red Sox had opportunities. This game, Dobbins was pitching well. 1-1 game through 5. Hit a batter with one out in the 6th inning. Then got the second out, and then Kody Clemens. With his dad and his mom, yes, his dad is Roger Clemens. We certainly know that. And Clemens, Kody, with a K, just recently coming to the Twins from the Phillies organization and delivers the home run that puts Minnesota in front. And Dobbins takes the loss his first of the season. Long rain delay. After the rain delay, Weissert, scoreless 8th inning. Keeps it a 3-run deficit. Then in the bottom of the 8th inning, Story with the Red Sox. I'm sorry, the Red Sox got the runs in the 7th inning. The delay was in the top of the 7th, and Weissert did his job in the after the rain delay to get the outs in the 7th inning. Bottom of the 7th inning, Wong hit by a pitch. Cedar Rafaela had the base hit to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning, but in that 7th inning, Rafaela down on 3 straight pitches and hitless in his last 15 at-bats. Duran RBI triple, 4-2 game, 2-out RBI magic from Rafi Devers. RBI single, Devers, second straight hit, 3-hit game. That made it 4-3 with Duran scoring, but then Red Sox couldn't do anything else. Abreu, 4-3 ground out. Abreu makes the final out of the ball game, and now 0 for his last 13, 0 for 5 in the game overall. But for me, where the Red Sox really had the opportunity, and it just did not happen, they had an opportunity in the 8th inning, and they've got a top closer. So in the 8th inning, there's got to be a little sense of urgency, and the Red Sox just didn't come through in that bottom half of the 8th inning in a 1-run game.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
So bottom 8, Cole Sands on the mound. Trevor Story, you think he's going to break out, but he hasn't had that 3-hit game with a home run or anything. Story strikes out, first out of the 8th inning. Gonzalez a single, third hit of the game. Hamilton a base hit, first and second, one out. Connor Wong at the plate. First Nesson reference, and I don't believe in the broadcaster's jinx. Okay? I don't. Dave O'Brien says Connor Wong 0 for 16 with runners in scoring position on the season. Well, he's now 0 for 17. Hits into the double play, 5-4-3, inning over. And then you get the closer in the 9th inning. Rafaela leadoff single. Duran with 2 strikes moves him as he put the ball in play. And Carlos Correa, terrific shortstop, knew he had one play. Wasn't even looking at second base. So Rafaela, runner at second, one down. He's the tying run. Devers strikes out. Bregman, obvious move. Intentionally walked. And then Abreu down in the count, 0-2. And a little pop-up, ball game over. You thought for a second maybe some miscommunication. Didn't happen. Ball taken care of. And the ball game over. So the Red Sox fail on their comeback. First time this season, here's a number of the night for you. First time this season, the Red Sox have collected 10 or more hits in a game and lost. They were perfect 10-0. Now 10-1. Bregman's hit streak, now a thing of the past. So Bregman had hit safely in 12 in a row entering Saturday. That hit streak is now over. Duran continues to get on base, and that's a positive for the Red Sox. But that 8th inning, Wong hitting into the inning-ending double play, and, they teased you in the 9th inning, but they fall short. And the bullpen, after the rain delay, Weissert and Wilson doing a nice job of keeping it at one point a 3-run deficit, and then Wilson working the 9th inning, struck out 2, gave up a hit, but nothing else. Kept it a 1-run deficit. But the Red Sox fall short. And with that, series even 1-1, glass half full again. You don't think Walker Buehler is going to be long on the IL? Alex Cora is on record now saying that. You also have Garrett Crochet going on Sunday. It's too early in the season for a must-win, but the Red Sox have sort of been in that situation a handful of times, and Crochet is going to make another start after a loss. But if you lose 2 out of 3 to the Twins, and you lose the finale on Sunday with Crochet on the mound, and you lose 2 out of 3 against a Twins team that's now 5 under 500, they avoid a 5th straight loss with the victory. And Clemens, I think, is going to help this kid because he's a big, former big leaguer son. He's got a certain attitude about himself. He's going to carry himself like, he belongs, and he's proven that he belongs in the big leagues. But I think he's going to help them. They responded in the dugout after he hit the home run against Dobbins, and I think he can help this club. But the Twins entered Saturday, dropping the opener. Just 4-14 on the road entering Saturday, now a 5th win on the road, within 5 games of 500. But during the 4-game losing streak entering Saturday, after winning 4 in a row, they'd scored just 7 runs total during that 4-game losing streak. Dobbins, to me, he gets another turn. He stays up. He doesn't go down. Now, 3 runs for him, not as much as he got in his first 2 starts against the Cardinals and White Sox. But you're not going to get, 10 runs 10 runs or more, and they got a whole heck of a lot more of that a couple of weeks ago at Fenway against the Cardinals. But I think he's deserving of sticking around. Lou Merloni mentioned it on the broadcast of, you trade Quinn Priester, who had one good outing in his Pirates debut, and then all of a sudden it's like Priester's in the bullpen, and, maybe things aren't going all that well. Enough of me. Now we get to you. With us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, hit that comment button. Join the conversation. I said it after the Blue Jays series after Thursday. Take the weekend off. You probably didn't take my advice, and that's fine. But you feel good about the victory, even though I'm sure somber clubhouse after Friday's win with the Casas news and the injury, and then the news becoming official on Saturday. We'll get into Abraham Toro, a switch hitter who can play all 4 infield positions. He's played for a handful of big league teams so far in his career. We'll get into him in the second segment. Geez World, to answer your question Tuesday, I attempted the 9 and 9. I tapped out at 7 for 7. LOL. That's the hot dogs. Yeah, thank you. I had that confirmation. Hot dog, I think a dollar dog at Rogers Center on Tuesday for the Red Sox and Blue Jays, and Geez World, Red Sox fan north of the border. Was there with his son for a couple of days, got on Nesson as well, and 7 of 7, tried for the 9 of 9. I don't think I could have gotten there. And I was hoping to have a celebratory hot dog. My wife said, hey, hot dogs on Saturday night. All for it. We're going to have a hot dog afterwards, but it's to, drown the sorrows, I guess, a little bit. Silly things, Jim. Red Sox stink. Well, from game to game, they kind of do. You lose on Sunday, you're 500. And I said, what was it, 6-7 days ago? This team should not be around 500. They shouldn't be hovering. They shouldn't be 500 a game once they went above 500 during that nice little hot stretch, probably last weekend against Cleveland. Silly things, Jim. They stink right now. This team, it's hard to say, I still believe that they're a playoff team. They should be. And if they're not, things got to change. G's World, Luis Guerrero. Yeah, I really thought he would stay up. And I think deserving as well. That one bugs me from G's World. He's done everything we need him to do. Yeah, and that's the tough part of it. And I'm going to get into that with another guy who's down in Triple-A, who I really thought, this is your, Toro you signed last January. I thought there was, maybe a better option in front of him. But I'm not Craig Breslow. That Devers average just keeps rising. Awesome to see. Yeah, 3-hit game. Strikes out in the 9th inning. And these guys, you just Jim Rice right on Nesson as I was coming downstairs, you don't have to play hero. They were on. Dave O'Brien and Lou Merloni, they were on Cedar Rafaela today. Dude has to change his approach. And I'm almost, I'm all for Roman Anthony coming up. They're only going to do it on their timetable. But Cedar Rafaela, Gold Glove type center fielder, dude, you got to hit, even in that number 9 spot. And his approach, he's just swinging. Down in the count, 0-2. I'm sure I said that at least once last year. When Rafaela comes to the plate, he feels like he's already down in the count, 0-2. That's the way it was against Twins pitching on Saturday as well. But Devers, yeah, coming around. Absolutely. Why didn't AC make any substitutions? Narvaez for Wong, Refsnyder for Wilyer. That's legitimate. Michael, yeah, we can all second-guess managers. They're, night and day. What, feel, notebooks, information that they get, it's still more than we'll ever have. And making those decisions, yeah, you've got Refsnyder there available. Wong, I was sort of a little surprised that he was in the starting lineup back-to-back games, just off the IL. But, he might be an option here at first base. Get his bat in the lineup. But right now, 0 for 17 with runners in scoring position. Again, not on Dave O'Brien. I don't believe in the broadcaster's jinx. But as soon as he said that, 0 for 16 runners in scoring position, Wong hits into the inning-ending double play in that 8th inning. Again, and I think Jim Rice talked about it. You've got to go up there understanding the situation. And I think Rafaela did that in the 9th inning. I've got to get on base. I'm in the number 9 spot. I'm the second leadoff hitter. And he was able to get on base, but they did nothing with it. We're going to continue talking about who's on first. Kody Clemens going deep. The Rocket, Roger Clemens there, along with Kody's mom at the ballpark, and Joe Castiglione was sitting right in front of him. That was mentioned more than once on the Nesson broadcast. Numbers of the night, who's on first? We're going to continue to delve into that as well. And our Locked On Red Sox postcast, Red Sox fall again in another one-run ball game. We are presented by Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K. Did you know your Fire TV is also an Xbox? Turn any TV into your gaming and entertainment hub with Fire TV Stick 4K devices. No console required. Just grab your paired controller, subscribe or sign in to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with EA Play included, and you're ready to go. Dive into hundreds of premium titles, including EA Sports, College Football 25 to Call of Duty, as easily as you stream your favorite shows. Hotel stays, family visits, or even just in the bedroom, getting away from it all, Fire TV Stick 4K makes it possible to keep playing from almost anywhere. With Fire TV Stick 4K, everything is in one place, from Netflix to YouTube and beyond. Head to Amazon.com/FireTV Lockdown to get started. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription and compatible controller required. Available on select devices, including Fire TV Stick 4K, second generation, Fire TV Stick 4K Max, first and second generation, and Fire TV Cube, third generation. So the Red Sox fall 4-3 the final Saturday, series even at 1-1. And, you thought they had to come back in them. And it was right there. But you really needed it in the 8th inning because Jhoan is established himself as one of the better closers in Major League Baseball. The Red Sox are now 4-8, 12 one-run games, and they've got 8 losses in those one-run games so far in the season. That speaks volumes to this team right now. Absolutely tells you a whole bunch. Bregman's hit streak again, thing of the past. Did not happen. David Hamilton for a moment. I want more out of David Hamilton. Had a base hit and 4 at-bats. But I want more out of David Hamilton. I really do. I don't know if Story or Bregman gets a day off on Sunday. There's a day off on Monday. I don't know that, somebody in this lineup I feel like is going to get a day off Sunday where they have the back-to-back days. Far enough into the season. 3 hits for Devers, average now 256. I think Dave O'Brien called it a respectable 250 plus before maybe his last at bat or when he collected his third base hit in the game as well. Duran, I sent the tweet out. In June will be a year. We started last June with the Locked On Red Sox postcast. I absolutely love watching Jhoan Duran play. And if you get tired of me saying that, I don't care. Double, triple, everything out of the box. He's up to 280. The on base is up to 331. And you're really starting to see over the last handful of weeks, he's now reached safely in 18 straight games where he's getting on base. 2 extra base hits, 2 runs scored, and a run batted in. That's Jhoan Duran. Game in, game out. And I want to see him stay in left field. I really do. Even if they bring Anthony up, put him in center. Think about it compared to Christian Campbell, who, by the way, missed his 3rd straight game. Campbell, when he's gone to the outfield, he's going to be in center field with Rafaela getting a day off. And I really do think the Red Sox have a make-you-notice move here in the coming days. Just to get everyone's attention, perhaps. Maybe it's not tomorrow. Maybe it's not Monday. Maybe it's before the Rangers series gets underway Tuesday. Because I think you're still absorbing the fact that Tristan Casas is done for the year. This isn't, hey, he's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks or you hope to get him back in August. No, there's going to be surgery, and it's a lengthy procedure. It's a rupture of the patella tendon, and it's in the left leg. I really thought, and I had a kind of a back and forth last night after we were done, as someone said, and I forget who the handle was, but they said it's the right leg. And I thought it was the right leg too. I got a view of the Casas injury from behind home plate. I don't know if it was a Nesson camera or somebody else. It looked professional. And I really thought after I saw that, everyone was chronicling it was the left leg. So that's what I went with. But I did initially think it was the right leg. But when he crumbled over, when he kind of went down, he was holding the left side. Then he was almost immediately on his back. But after I saw the video from behind home plate as he was going his back to home plate and the camera, I really thought it was both legs. So, serious injury, season-ending injury for Casas. Abraham Toro comes up. Is he Dom Smith? Who knows? But really, I thought Vaughn Grissom, you're just letting this guy stick at Triple-A. He's had some games at first base. There was a lot of conversation. Lou Merloni making the case, Devers. Craig Breslow saying one thing, Alex Cora saying another. And I said it last night. If I'm Rafael Devers right now, tonight I'm giving real thought into going into the office. And I think Dave O'Brien and Lou Merloni glossed over that. Is this where where Devers goes in and says, hey, I'm taking the first base glove? And I've seen the comments, and I think it could be the right thing. And we're going to know about it. And they'll have it on the pregame on Nesson. Every ground ball that he would take at first base is going to be chronicled. Wow, he looks really good there. He looks really good there. And let's not fool ourselves thinking you can throw anybody at first base. You can't. But can he do it? Absolutely. And Lou Merloni was steadfast and adamant and making the case and a strong argument that Devers could be the guy in the next couple of weeks. And I think it's on Devers to go in there and say, you know what? Let's do it. Give me a couple of weeks. Let me learn around, let me work around the bag. Let me work. Let me take ground balls. And he's not going to do it every day because Major League guys don't take ground balls every single day. But he'd be new to the position. They can work with him, and he can be serviceable. But the biggest thing right now, and I don't know anything about Abraham Toro, in terms of being a solid defensive first baseman, that's what you need first and foremost right now at that position. You need the defense. You need to be able to pick it. You need to make the routine play. And this team has gotten right defensively. But you can't have a butcher at first base in any way, shape, or form. So if Vaughn Grissom, down there, the reports are, hey, he's just not, he's average or he's below average at first base right now. He's not getting it. He's not making the routine. Then I understand. But I really do think he was deserving of opportunity because he's been in the organization longer. Geez, world. It's hard to believe anyone in our outfield is slumping like this with who's knocking on the door very loudly. Abreu got off to an outstanding start, and he's in a funk right now. And Abreu, well over 300, now down to 262. You've got two outfielders, young guys. Rafaela's locked up, but it does not guarantee if you're not producing at the plate. And someone's got to get through to him. The approach from last year to this year, has he shortened up a little bit? Perhaps. But he's still swinging, and he wants hard contact, and he wants to drive every ball out of the ballpark. Michael, Toro did well during spring training. Okay, thank you, Michael. G's World, what are your thoughts on Oshida playing first base? I don't think so. LOL. There you go, G's World. Yeah, I don't know what's with Yoshida. Not what, I mean, it puts, a lot of people loved him last year, and he did have some big hits. But yeah, maybe he is missing from this lineup. Maybe he makes everyone consistent in this lineup if his bat was in there. Because it's his bat. DH'd all year last year. And I'm not a big fan of one guy DHing. I'm a fan of moving it around a little bit. But Devers, you're just not going to take out of the lineup. Crochet Day, that's what you can go with the rest of your Saturday, as Garrett Crochet will get the start against the Twins. And they've got bats in the lineup. But they just, there's a lot of outs in the Minnesota lineup right now, too. 5 games under 500, won 4 in a row, lost 4 in a row, and now back in the win column. They'll try to take the series. They're going to have an opportunity to take the series at Fenway. They put themselves in that position. We're going to be on with you within minutes of the final out of the series finale on Sunday as the Red Sox with Crochet on the mound. It becomes a must-win because you've got your ace there. He is dubbed and he is tabbed as the ace, and he is the ace. Let him go out there and give him the run support. Hey, Locked On Red Sox, number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports, your team, your Red Sox, every day, somehow, some way, manage to enjoy the rest of your Saturday.